So being so much in the studio, making art, looking at art, talking to other artists, sometimes we ask ourselves, what is art? And who is an artist? What is to be an artist nowadays? For years I've been making art. Most of my friends are artists. I deal with art. And still there's this question. Is an artist anybody? Are you an artist because you decided to be an artist? What makes you an artist? This is a big question that I think we should address today. So let's go for it. The issue of what is art and who is an artist, it's one that a lot of people have tried to address over the many decades, perhaps even centuries. But especially nowadays, when art can be immaterial, it can be invisible. Art can be performance. You can be art. Have you thought about that? Hashtag you are art. So let's first address the question of what is art. After all I have thought about, I can only say that art is a form of communication. That is easy to understand. So you are communicating with others through your work of art. Sure. But the most common definition says that this art as a form of communication means whatever the artist intends for it to mean. So that's quite interesting. Think about that. But art is so subjective. So how do we deal with the subjectivity of art as a form of communication? One of the world's most respected thinkers is Leo Tolstoy. And Tolstoy says something quite interesting, that art is anything that communicates emotion or that transmits a feeling. So think about that up for a second. From this point of view, we gather that art cannot be objective, that it's about a feeling, that it's not about beauty as many people think. After all, beauty is not objective. It depends on taste, it depends on culture, so beauty has nothing to do with art. So Leo Tolstoy explains that good art is that which is the most infectious. So the more infectious, the better. So what is this thing about infectious art? Art being infected? Can you be infected by art?
Oh, I think I have been already.
So what is this thing about infectious art? That sounds crazy. But yes, that's exactly how he says it, and it became a very well-known definition. The better art is the more infectious art. Are you infected by the art virus? So Tolstoy explains that truly infectious art has to have three specific characteristics. Those characteristics are specificity, clarity, and sincerity. When it comes to specificity, it just means that the more specific the feeling transmitted is, the more infectious the art piece is. As for clarity, it simply means the less distractions, the more infectious. And remember, in this case, infection is good. As for sincerity, it simply means the more strongly the artist feels the emotion to be transmitted, the more infectious that art piece is. So for Tolstoy, it was quite easy to define bad art. Bad art is anything that is insincere and artificial. And I definitely agree with that. So how about when a piece of art is incredibly sentimental? Does that count as sincere art? Well, if it's overly sentimental, it's also not sincere. So sincerity goes both ways. And in fact, that's what you call kitsch art. It's gaudy or cheesy. Now, keep in mind, we don't have to agree with any of that. In essence, it's really easy to understand Tolstoy's opinion. What he really thinks is that art is not a means to pleasure, but one of the conditions of human life. Anyways, guys, enough with this art talk. It's time to stop for coffee. I want to show you this place called Mayhem Cafe. I love the coffee there. I'm going in. Coffee's on me today. Okay, guys, so I just got my coffee. So I'll let you go now, but before I go, don't forget, stay curious, stay sharp, and stay creative. See you next time.